Hi, this is Rick Rogers. I'm a social worker and trauma and addictions counselor. I'm also a combat veteran. You can find me on Twitter at LBRT Social Work. That's at LBRT Liberty Social Work. And today I just want to talk about how can we help people that we're worried about, whether they're making bad decisions, whether they maybe they have an addiction problem, maybe we're worried about them, maybe it's a coworker and I'm worried that they're making bad decisions and they're going to get fired, and I'm afraid that if I don't do something, then they're going to ruin their life in some way or hurt themselves in some way. And I think the biggest thing is we generally feel responsible if we don't do something. And so I guess the biggest thing is I'm saying is don't do nothing, but then do nothing. So let's say I got a friend with a substance abuse problem, family member, and I know this gets a little shaky when we're talking about family members, maybe my child, maybe my adult child specifically, or my young child especially. Say I got a cousin with a substance use problem. They're using copious amounts of meth, and they're going to get fired from work if they don't stop, and the wife's going to leave them, whatever. Or maybe the wife's putting up with it, and I'm worried about the wife and the children and their job and the fact that they're going to lose everything. So I'm going to go to them and I'm going to express my concern first. I'm going to say, hey, I know you've been using meth, and I see that I really feel like it's hurting your wife and it's affecting you as your children. I don't want you to lose your job. I think we have a hard time with this confronting. And so you do have the option to do nothing and not do that. But I think it's important to express your concern. Once you're done expressing your concern, if they want help, you help them. I can help you find a substance abuse counselor. I can help you find a doctor. I can help you find a inpatient that can help you. If they don't want the help, you got to take a step back. Maybe I'm talking to the wife. Hey, I'm worried your husband is using copious amounts of meth and I feel like it's affecting you. I think you should leave them. Okay. Maybe she doesn't. You got to accept that. But of course, if there's a child involved, I might let them know, hey, and you don't have to, but hey, if you don't stop using, I'm going to call Child Protective Services. You need to do something. Probably the best thing to do is probably just call Child Protective Services in that situation, because they generally aren't going to do anything. But if they don't follow through, you definitely got to protect that child. But that's neither here nor there. But it's the biggest thing. Like if I got someone that's really ruining their lives, I'm really worried about them, all I can do is express my concern and offer help when they accept help. But if they don't accept help, it ain't gonna happen. And another thing, though, they might accept your help for a little bit, but the thing about our programming is we go to what's comfortable. I gotta have high expectations of myself, and I can't have that expectation of other people. They're gonna go to what's comfortable, and they might keep using. I'm not saying that's 100% of everybody, but I think when stuff like that happens, when we set these boundaries and express our concerns and they continue doing these things, we get upset. But you didn't do anything wrong, because you are only responsible for yourself. And you have to accept that they didn't listen to your advice, and they probably won't. And quite honestly, in a situation like drug use, let's say, they are probably going to continue doing it until they see the negative effects of their use. That's generally when people make a change, is when they start seeing the negative effects, when they get sick and tired of being sick and tired. You know, if my brother keeps, my best friend, I'm worried about him gaining weight, he has problems eating, I'll go to him and say, hey, worried about your weight problem and it's unhealthy and I can help you, you know, get in the gym or whatever. They might do that. But I know from experience, a lot of people will say, no, I ain't going to the gym, that's too uncomfortable. And you might go to the gym and allow yourself to be uncomfortable, because that's what successful people do, is be uncomfortable. They might not do it, but once they refuse your help, once you express your concern, it's not your problem. I believe that it is your responsibility to express your concern to someone you love. I believe it's not good to stick your head in the dirt, because if something happens to them, if they die, if they go to prison, if they lose their job, you're going to say to yourself, I wish I would have said something. But it really, when it comes down to, it isn't your business and it isn't your responsibility, it's their responsibility. But I think if you feel like you're going to regret it later, you might want to say something. And then you have to accept the results of that. What is acceptance? Letting go. I had a patient say, yeah, but what if I hate it? What if I hate that they're doing it? Generally, people are not accepting things they absolutely love. They're accepting things they are uncomfortable with. So, yeah, you'll probably hate accepting. And you're not only accepting their behavior, you're accepting the urge and the emotions and your reaction to it. You're accepting that you will have urges, but you have to allow the pain to be there and not react. Because in the end, your sanity is what matters. You have to have high expectations on yourself, and you have to focus on yourself. You have to take accountability for yourself, and you can't expect that everybody else is going to take accountability for themselves. In fact, that's 99% of the population are not taking accountability for themselves. They're looking for reasons to complain and be comfortable and be a victim. And that can't be you. And you can't be victimized by driving yourself nuts for trying to get somebody to change something they're not going to change. Anyways, thanks for watching, and please check out my podcast, Warriors Respite. It's on Spotify, I believe it's on Apple and Amazon and all that jazz. So thanks for watching, and stay mangled and strangled in peace.